So this preacher, you are gonna hate this preacher.
So I know you don't like me, but I'm divine.
Now, his name is Lamore, and Lamore works as a mortgage broker. And one day in 2004, he decides he wants to be rich. So, how's he gonna get rich? Well, see, Lamore is dating a woman who works at a car dealership, and she has access to all the customers' credit reports and personal information. And so Lamore steals her work login info, and I guess, on his own computer, he uses it to access all the customers' information. And then he takes out loans and lines of credit in these customers' names. He then takes that money and he uses it to buy himself nice cars, nice clothes, jewelry. He buys himself a motorcycle. Oh, and he doesn't just steal the identity of one or two people. He steals the identity of over 50 different people, and apparently takes out more than $2 million in loans. And of course, people eventually catch on and they report him, and bam, he gets arrested. Here's his mugshot. And so he spends 5 years in prison, and he never does anything else bad again ever in his life. Until... So while he's in prison, one day Lamore gets an idea. I'm guessing he gets this idea in prison. I actually don't know where he got it. But at some point, Lamore realizes that he can really profit off of religion. So in 2013, he gets out. And within a few weeks of getting out, he sets up his own church, and he becomes the bishop of that church. And he starts it out of his home with a small group of people, and he eventually moves it to a more legitimate building space. And of course, with a guy like Lamore, what he's preaching is the prosperity gospel, which suggests that being wealthy will actually get you closer to heaven.
God chose me to be a preacher. Y'all think I want to be a preacher? I don't get paid from preaching.
Oh, he definitely gets paid from preaching. Not only that, he makes sure to show off his wealth in front of his congregation. Like he'll preach to them wearing tailor-made designer suits, like this one, or like this one. He also wears nice rings and watches while he preaches. Even when he's not at church, he's always decked out in some super expensive designer shit. So, where's he getting the money to pay for all this stuff? His congregation, of course. And he's not just allegedly skimming from the donations. No. It's way more direct than that. Like one day, he calls up one elderly woman in his congregation, and he cons her into handing over her retirement fund. Like he tells her that he can improve her credit score and help her purchase and renovate a new home if she just invests with him. And she believes him, and she hands over $90,000. And of course, instead of helping her improve her credit score or buy a house, Lamore takes the money and he heads straight to Louis Vuitton, where he gets himself